On today's episode, we're answering the question, no, we're not, because I'm on the wrong damn outline. Well, and consider too, we actually just did this. We created a funnel for a client. She has a website, but she wanted to run a webinar. We created a funnel for the webinar. From the webinar, she wanted to sell some stuff. We added that, some sales pages. She had, 350 people register for her webinar and get on her email list, and they never touched her website. Her social media, Clubhouse, all of that, that was the traffic, and they went to the funnel. It is entirely possible to do things and make money with no website.
Yeah,
so
I
if
did
you
it.
don't have a web, you did it. I've
Yeah.
done it. I was lucky enough to be able to invest in a website. I was able to actually have someone help me write it because even though I'm a copywriter, I struggled. I know how hard it is to get a site up. I've watched Jenny just struggle and obsess over it
For years.
for years. And I think the whole time I'm probably just like, dude, just put it online. I think that's the other thing, that it's just, if it's something that you need to do, if it's something that you must do, or you do not feel that you can move forward, cool, get it up and call it a day.
Agreed.
Just make it happen, because even if it's ugly, and we'll actually talk about this more in a minute, when it's ugly, at least it's there and it's something you can work on, rather than just not doing it and never moving forward as a result.
Completely correct. I'd rather have, even mine at the moment isn't exactly where I want it to be, but it's there. It functions. Is it completely done? No. And there's still some pages to be built out, and sales pages and this and that, but at least it's better than what it was. So, and I'll keep evolving it, and that's good. Let's talk about whether or not you can wing it and still be successful, because winging it is something that you are good at. I am not. I hate it. And actually, funny enough, after Allison and I recently did an interview with another guest, that interview is going to be coming out a little bit later on down the line than this episode is, we were talking about intentional strategy and how winging it is not being intentional enough to make sure that you actually succeed in the things that you want to do. So I want your opinion. Can we wing it? Can we still be successful? Should we wing it? Should we be more intentional?
So that is a couple of questions. Yes, you can wing it and still be successful. I'm making that stand. Should you wing it? Should you be intentional? Yes. So yes to both sets of questions. Here's why. When you wing it, you will reach a certain amount of success. If you apply some strategies that you know, stick to it, push forward, you can, I'm not going to say will, you can have a level of success. A lot of that is going to depend on your network and how much you know, how many people you know. Some of that is going to depend on luck. A lot of it's going to depend on skill, ability, what you sell, all of that. Are you going to be more successful if you approach things in a more well thought out manner? Yes. If, I'm qualifying everything. Yes, if you are not so rigid that you do not allow yourself the freedom of creativity, the freedom to be open, the flexibility that is essential in business. All right. So let's bring this back to website. Okay. I have I've wung it a little bit with my website. Winged it doesn't sound right, so I'm going wung it. And I've gone with the good is good enough attitude. And I've improved where I notice I need things to be improved. I do have calls to action on my website. I do get people to book calls. I've improved processes, things like that. So that's kind of like winging it and improving it based on what I want to achieve. I want more sales calls. That's my plan. How do I need to get there? Well, this is one part. So I'm really a big fan of implement now, improve later, because that's the only way to really move forward. Otherwise, you're in limbo for years, asking people in Facebook groups if your logo is okay.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think getting it done is good. And yes, you can wing it. You know how I feel about winging it. So let's talk about what you actually need. Let's talk about the bare basics of what you need, and then where can you go from there. The bare basics is you need a lead magnet, something that people will provide their name and email, and in return, you will deliver something. You need an email marketing system. Like, you need it. This is bare basics. This is exactly what you need. You need an email marketing system. If you want to know the one that Allison and I recommend, it's ActiveCampaign. Okay. If you want to create a lead magnet, we're going to tell you to use a page builder. We're going to recommend ClickFunnels. Okay. Build the funnel ClickFunnels, drive the traffic to that, and then you can work on building of that website. Totally think this is doable. It's actually getting stuff done because you're starting to get some recognition. If you stick in the quagmire of, I need to have a website, it needs to be perfect, then you're going to be working on that for a very long time. Trust me, I know. So I've told clients to do this. I've launched businesses on this. I've done it myself on this. You still need to keep moving forward though. So look at what you actually need, like the bare basics, having that lead magnet, having that email marketing system, locking down your social media handles, which is something my partner talks about a lot, making sure that you have all of your social media handles, your LinkedIn, your Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You know, if you're on TikTok, use TikTok, grab that too, right? So in Clubhouse, having all of those handles so that you can build this out in the future. And then something that I tried to do and that was taught to me because I've been working on my website forever is it was recommended to me, my partner recommended that I just do a one pager. Okay, so what's a one pager? A one pager is a website that isn't multiple tabs. It's literally one page that you can just scroll through and it has the basics. Hey, I'm Jenny. This is what I'm about. This is what I do. Click here to grab my checklist. A little bit lower, here's what I talk about. Here's how to connect with me on social. This is or book a call with me, whatever you want. A little bit lower, maybe it's like links to, social media or your YouTube channel. I don't care. Basically, it's a one pager and it just leads you through so that people can get a sense, and it puts that shingle up. Okay, you can get a one pager up in a weekend. And you can build it on ClickFunnels and then just redirect the URL. Just getting something there, and then you can build that 7-tab website later if you have to. But having something there, I think, is incredibly important.
On today's episode, we're answering the question,